Do you feel exhausted no matter how much sleep you get, dragging through the day, unable to focus, reaching for coffee after coffee, yet still feeling drained? What if I told you the reason isn't stress, it's not your sleep, and it's not just getting older? There's a hidden vitamin deficiency silently stealing your energy, and most people don't even know they're missing it. Today, we're uncovering the secret behind this fatigue and the simple ways to restore your energy, starting now. Do you ever wake up feeling exhausted even after a full night of sleep? You go through your day dragging, fighting off yawns, struggling to concentrate, and wondering why your body seems to have lost its energy. You tell yourself it's stress, lack of sleep, or simply getting older, but the truth might surprise you. There's a hidden reason behind this constant fatigue that many people overlook. A reason that doesn't show up on your calendar, doesn't resolve with coffee, and isn't fixed by sleeping a few extra hours. The culprit is a nutrient deficiency that quietly drains your energy day by day, often without you realizing it. This hidden deficiency affects millions of people worldwide, and most don't even know they're missing it. One of the most common yet overlooked deficiencies is vitamin B12 deficiency. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, plays a critical role in your body's energy production. It helps convert the food you eat into glucose, which is the energy your cells use to function. It is also essential for the formation of red blood cells, which transport oxygen throughout your body. Without enough B12, your body struggles to make these cells effectively. And as a result, every part of your body, from your muscles to your brain, receives less oxygen and energy than it needs. The consequence is chronic fatigue, brain fog, weakness, and a general feeling of being off. Even mild deficiencies can leave you feeling drained, but because the symptoms develop slowly, it's easy to dismiss them as a normal part of life. Fatigue is one of the earliest and most common signs of B12 deficiency. You might notice that simple tasks feel more exhausting than they used to, that you are more irritable, or that your concentration is slipping. Mental clarity becomes harder to achieve, and you may even struggle to remember small details or complete tasks efficiently. This is because B12 is vital for proper neurological function. Without it, the nerves in your body can't communicate effectively, which impacts both your physical energy and mental performance. Many people chalk up forgetfulness, low mood, or lack of focus to stress or busy schedules, never considering that a vitamin deficiency could be at the root of the problem. Physical symptoms can also appear gradually. You may notice weakness in your muscles, a feeling of heaviness when climbing stairs, or unexplained shortness of breath during activities that used to feel easy. Some people develop pale or slightly yellowish skin, which can be subtle and easy to miss. Others experience tingling or numbness in their hands or feet, a sensation that many dismiss as just nerve tingles or the result of sitting in one position too long. Yet these are all potential signs that your body is not producing enough healthy red blood cells due to insufficient B12 levels. The risk factors for B12 deficiency are surprisingly common. Vegetarians and vegans are particularly vulnerable because B12 is naturally found in animal products such as meat, eggs, and dairy. While some plant-based foods are fortified with B12, the amount is often insufficient to meet daily needs, especially if consumption is inconsistent. Older adults are also at higher risk because the ability to absorb B12 decreases with age. As people get older, the stomach produces less acid, which is necessary to release B12 from food, making supplementation or fortified foods more important. Additionally, people with certain digestive conditions, such as Crohn's disease, celiac disease, or those who have had gastric surgery, may struggle to absorb B12 efficiently even if they consume adequate amounts. Lifestyle and diet can play a significant role as well. People who follow highly restrictive diets, frequently skip meals, or consume large amounts of processed foods may not get enough B12. Alcohol consumption can also interfere with B12 absorption, and long-term use of certain medications, including acid-reducing drugs, may further reduce levels. Because the deficiency develops slowly, you may not realize your energy is declining until it reaches a point where it noticeably impacts your daily life. By that time, the fatigue can feel persistent and overwhelming, making it difficult to work, exercise, or even enjoy simple activities. Testing for B12 deficiency is simple yet often overlooked. A basic blood test can determine your B12 levels, and healthcare professionals can help interpret the results in the context of your symptoms and overall health. If deficiency is detected early, treatment is straightforward. It may include dietary adjustments to include more B12-rich foods such as eggs, meat, poultry, and dairy, or supplementation through oral tablets or injections, depending on the severity. Addressing the deficiency not only restores your energy, but also supports your nervous system, brain function, and overall health, preventing more serious complications later on. Ignoring B12 deficiency can have long-term consequences. Chronic low levels can lead to severe neurological issues, including numbness, balance problems, memory loss, and even mood disturbances such as depression and irritability. Because B12 plays a role in protecting the nervous system, a prolonged deficiency may result in permanent nerve damage if left untreated. This is why understanding the early warning signs is crucial. Feeling tired, weak, or mentally foggy every day is not something you should simply accept as normal. By identifying and addressing the deficiency early, you can regain your energy and improve your quality of life. Many people notice remarkable improvements once their B12 levels are restored. Fatigue lifts, concentration sharpens, mood stabilizes, and physical stamina returns. Even subtle changes, such as waking up feeling refreshed instead of groggy, can make a dramatic difference in your daily life. It's one of those hidden health issues that, once corrected, can feel almost like a rebirth of energy and vitality. You may begin to realize that what you thought was normal exhaustion was actually a preventable and treatable condition. If you recognize yourself in these symptoms, it's time to take action. Don't wait until your fatigue worsens or starts to interfere with your work, relationships, or daily activities. Start by talking to your healthcare provider about a B12 test, evaluate your diet for potential deficiencies, and consider incorporating B12-rich foods or supplements as advised. Small changes today can restore your energy tomorrow and prevent more serious health complications in the future. Remember, feeling tired all the time is not inevitable, and it's not something you have to accept. Often the solution is as simple as restoring a single vitamin your body needs to function at its best. By being proactive and informed, you can reclaim your energy, improve your focus, and enjoy life with the vitality you deserve. You may be surprised at how much better you feel once this hidden deficiency is addressed, and how much more productive, happy, and engaged you become in every aspect of your day. Energy is not just about sleep. It's about giving your body the nutrients it needs to thrive. Don't ignore the signs. Your body is trying to tell you something important, and a simple test could make all the difference. Once you've identified that your fatigue might be linked to a vitamin B12 deficiency, the next question is simple. How do you fix it? The answer lies in a combination of diet, supplementation, and understanding how your body absorbs this essential nutrient. The good news is that restoring healthy B12 levels is often straightforward, and with the right approach, most people notice a significant boost in energy, mental clarity, and overall well-being. But before we dive into the practical steps, it's important to understand how B12 works in your body and why some sources are more effective than others. Vitamin B12 is unique among vitamins because it is naturally found almost exclusively in animal-based foods. This means that meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products are the richest sources. For people who eat a balanced diet, including these foods, maintaining adequate B12 levels is usually simple. For vegetarians, vegans, or those with digestive absorption issues, however, it can be more challenging. Plant-based foods generally do not provide active B12, though some fortified foods and nutritional yeast can help supplement the diet. Understanding the sources of B12 is crucial because it determines not only what you eat, but also how your body will absorb it efficiently. Let's start with the most potent sources, animal-based foods. Liver, particularly beef liver, is often considered the B12 powerhouse, containing hundreds of micrograms per serving. For comparison, the average adult daily requirement is about 2.4 micrograms, so a small portion of liver can meet several days' worth of B12. Fish such as salmon, trout, and sardines are excellent sources, providing both B12 and omega-3 fatty acids, which further support cardiovascular and brain health. Eggs and dairy products, including milk, yogurt, and cheese, also contain B12 in moderate amounts, making them valuable for everyday meals. Including a variety of these foods ensures a steady intake and supports the body's energy production and red blood cell formation. For those who follow a vegetarian or vegan lifestyle, the strategy must include fortified foods or supplements. Many plant-based milks, breakfast cereals, and nutritional yeast products are fortified with B12. While these sources can be effective, it is important to check labels to confirm the B12 content and ensure consistent daily intake. Nutritional yeast, for example, has become a popular option because it can be sprinkled on meals like pasta, popcorn, or salads, adding both flavor and a valuable source of B12. However, even with fortified foods, some people may still require supplementation, especially if absorption is an issue. Speaking of absorption, it's important to note that B12 from food must go through a complex process in the digestive system. Stomach acid separates B12 from the protein in food, and then intrinsic factor, a protein produced in the stomach, binds to B12 to help it be absorbed in the small intestine. Any disruption in this process, whether from age, certain medications, digestive conditions, or surgery, can reduce the amount of B12 your body receives, even if your diet is adequate. This is why supplementation can be particularly important for older adults or people with gastrointestinal conditions. Supplements come in several forms, including oral tablets, sublingual tablets, and injections. Oral tablets are generally effective for people who can absorb B12 properly, and daily doses are usually safe because B12 is water-soluble, meaning excess amounts are excreted in urine rather than stored in the body. Sublingual tablets may offer a slight advantage for some individuals because the vitamin is absorbed directly into the bloodstream through tissues under the tongue, bypassing part of the digestive system. Injections are typically reserved for people with significant deficiencies or absorption problems, and they can rapidly restore B12 levels, often producing noticeable improvements in energy within days. It's also worth discussing the timing and consistency of intake. B12 absorption is more efficient when taken with meals, particularly meals containing some protein. For supplements, following a consistent daily schedule ensures that your body maintains steady levels. Skipping doses or relying on sporadic intake may reduce effectiveness and delay recovery from fatigue. Small, consistent daily doses are often more beneficial than occasional high doses, as they mimic natural B12 absorption from food and support stable energy levels throughout the day. Beyond food and supplements, lifestyle factors can enhance B12 utilization. Reducing alcohol consumption is helpful because alcohol can interfere with B12 absorption and disrupt the digestive system. Maintaining healthy gut function is also critical. Conditions that affect the stomach or small intestine, such as gastritis or irritable bowel syndrome, can impair B12 absorption, so addressing these underlying issues can improve results. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and stress management may not directly increase B12 levels, but they synergize with proper nutrition to maximize energy and overall vitality. Many people notice the effects of restoring B12 in subtle ways at first. Fatigue may lift gradually, and mental clarity improves slowly as your nervous system repairs and regenerates. Tingling or numbness in the extremities often decreases, mood stabilizes, and the body feels lighter and more energized. Some report that they can exercise more efficiently, concentrate better at work, and experience a renewed sense of motivation. These improvements are not just physical. They are psychological as well, reinforcing the connection between nutrition and overall quality of life. It's important to remember that B12 supplementation is not a cure-all. Fatigue can stem from multiple causes, including iron deficiency, thyroid problems, sleep disorders, or chronic stress. That's why a comprehensive approach is necessary. Testing, proper nutrition, supplementation if needed, and lifestyle adjustments all work together to restore energy. Consulting with a healthcare provider ensures that supplementation is safe, appropriate, and tailored to your specific needs. Regular monitoring of B12 levels is also advised for people with risk factors, as it allows early detection of deficiency and prevents long-term complications. Finally, the story of B12 deficiency and recovery highlights a broader lesson. Our bodies thrive when they receive what they need. Even a single missing nutrient can quietly sap our energy, affect mood, and reduce cognitive function. The hidden deficiency that keeps you tired is not a mystery. It's an imbalance that can be corrected with knowledge, the right foods, and targeted supplementation. By paying attention to your body, taking action, and making informed choices, you can reclaim your energy, improve mental clarity, and experience life more fully. What may seem like an ordinary, unexplainable tiredness is often just your body signaling a need for something essential, something as simple, yet as powerful as vitamin B12. The journey from constant fatigue to restored energy begins with understanding, action, and consistency. By choosing the right foods, supplementing wisely when necessary, and maintaining healthy habits, you can overcome the exhaustion that has held you back. The transformation may be gradual, but every step toward restoring your B12 levels is a step toward more energy, sharper focus, and a better quality of life. You owe it to yourself to listen to your body, test for deficiencies, and provide it with the nutrients it needs to thrive. Once you do, the difference is often remarkable. Mornings feel easier, afternoons more productive, and every day more vibrant. The hidden vitamin that has been quietly sapping your energy can be restored, unlocking the vitality that has always been within your reach. Even before fatigue becomes constant and overwhelming, your body often gives subtle signals that something is off. These early warning signs are easy to overlook, which is why so many people remain unaware of a vitamin B12 deficiency until their energy levels have already dropped significantly. Learning to recognize these signals early can prevent long-term complications and help you regain vitality before the exhaustion becomes chronic. One of the earliest and most common signs is persistent tiredness that doesn't improve with sleep. You might wake up feeling unrested even after a full night's rest, or find yourself needing naps during the day just to make it through your usual routine. Unlike ordinary tiredness from staying up late or working hard, this fatigue is relentless and disproportionate to your activity level. It lingers even after rest, signaling that your body is not producing enough red blood cells or converting nutrients into energy efficiently. Another subtle but important warning sign is mental fog or difficulty concentrating. You may notice that focusing on tasks feels harder than usual. Your memory is slipping or decisions take more effort. B12 is essential for neurological function, and when your body lacks it, communication between your nerves slows down. This can manifest as forgetfulness, slower reaction times, or a feeling that your brain is moving through molasses. Many people dismiss these symptoms as stress or too busy, but in reality, your brain is trying to tell you it needs more of this critical vitamin. Mood changes can also appear early. Irritability, anxiety, or mild depression may develop without any clear external cause. These emotional shifts are connected to the role B12 plays in producing neurotransmitters, chemicals that regulate mood, focus, and cognitive function. Even subtle changes in emotional state can be an early indicator of deficiency, long before physical fatigue becomes severe. Paying attention to shifts in mood alongside energy levels can help you detect the deficiency sooner. Physical symptoms often accompany these mental and emotional signs. You might notice tingling or numbness in your hands or feet, a condition known as peripheral neuropathy. This occurs because B12 deficiency affects the protective sheath around your nerves, impairing communication between your brain and the rest of your body. Some people describe a pins and needles sensation, burning, or a sense of clumsiness in their limbs. Balance problems, unsteady gait, or difficulty walking in a straight line can also be early neurological indicators. These symptoms are particularly important to catch early because prolonged B12 deficiency can cause permanent nerve damage. Another physical sign that often goes unnoticed is pale or slightly yellowish skin. This happens when your body produces fewer red blood cells, leading to anemia and reduced oxygen transport. You might also experience shortness of breath during normal activity or a racing heartbeat, which occurs as your body tries to compensate for lower oxygen levels. Feeling cold, weak, or unusually fatigued after mild exertion are additional clues that your red blood cell production may be compromised. Digestive symptoms can provide another hint. Some people with B12 deficiency experience loss of appetite, nausea, or constipation. Others may have a smooth, red, inflamed tongue, sometimes accompanied by mouth ulcers. While these signs are less common, they can serve as additional indicators that your body is not getting enough B12. Even subtle digestive changes, when paired with fatigue or cognitive issues, should prompt a closer look at your vitamin levels. Because these signs are often subtle, testing is the most reliable way to detect a deficiency early. A simple blood test measuring serum B12 levels can confirm whether your body has enough of this vital nutrient. Some healthcare providers may also check methylmalonic acid, MMA, or homocysteine levels, which rise when B12 is low, providing an even clearer picture of deficiency. Early detection is key, as it allows you to start dietary changes or supplementation before severe fatigue, neurological symptoms, or mood disturbances develop. It's important to know who is at higher risk so you can monitor your symptoms more closely. Vegetarians and vegans are at particular risk due to limited dietary sources of B12. Older adults, people with gastrointestinal disorders, or those who have had gastric surgery may also struggle to absorb sufficient B12. Long-term use of certain medications, including proton pump inhibitors or metformin, can interfere with absorption. Understanding your risk factors can help you be proactive rather than reactive. Even subtle changes in energy levels or cognitive function are worth noting. Many people assume they are just tired or forgetful, but paying attention to persistent patterns can make a huge difference. Keeping a daily log of energy, mood, and physical symptoms can help you and your healthcare provider detect a deficiency early. By recognizing trends over time, you can identify when it's necessary to test and intervene before more serious complications arise. Dietary adjustments can also serve as both a preventive and corrective measure. Incorporating B12-rich foods like meat, fish, eggs, and dairy into your meals ensures a consistent supply. For those on a plant-based diet, fortified foods and supplements are essential. The key is regularity and consistency, as the body requires a steady intake to maintain optimal energy levels and neurological function. Supplements, when taken according to recommended guidelines, are highly effective at preventing or correcting deficiency. The benefits of early detection are profound. People who identify and treat B12 deficiency often experience a remarkable improvement in energy, focus, and mood. Mental clarity returns, physical strength improves, and subtle neurological symptoms like tingling or numbness begin to resolve. This transformation is not instantaneous, but it is predictable and measurable. Early action can prevent long-term nerve damage, support healthy red blood cell production, and restore vitality in daily life. Paying attention to your body's signals is the first step. Fatigue, brain fog, mood changes, tingling, pale skin, and digestive issues are not normal parts of life. They are messages from your body asking for a vital nutrient. By understanding these signs, you can take control, get tested, and implement dietary or supplemental interventions that restore your energy and health. Awareness is power, and in the case of B12 deficiency, it can literally transform how you feel from morning to night. Ultimately, Recognizing a B12 deficiency early is about more than just eliminating tiredness. It's about improving quality of life, protecting your nervous system, enhancing cognitive function, and preventing long-term health issues. The sooner you act, the sooner your body can repair itself, allowing you to wake up refreshed, stay focused throughout the day, and enjoy activities that once felt exhausting. Chronic fatigue doesn't have to be your normal. By learning the early warning signs, testing proactively, and addressing deficiencies promptly, you can reclaim the energy, clarity, and vitality that your body has been missing. Your body communicates in subtle ways, and B12 deficiency is a perfect example of this silent messaging. The tingling, the brain fog, the fatigue, they are all clues pointing to a simple, correctable problem. With attention, action, and the right guidance, you can reverse the deficiency and feel like yourself again, energized, focused, and ready to live life to its fullest. Feeling tired all the time is not normal, and you don't have to accept it. A simple blood test could reveal a vitamin deficiency that's draining your energy, and with the right foods or supplements, you can regain focus, vitality, and strength. Don't wait. Listen to your body, take action, and restore the energy that's been hiding inside you. If this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and share it. Someone you know might be silently missing this essential vitamin too.